Welcome to Brown Girls Can, the podcast where Black and brown brilliance meets real talk. This podcast is your safe space to be seen, heard, and of course, celebrated. I'm your host, Shateria, the founder and visionary behind the Brown Girls Can brand and movement. Every podcast episode, we're gonna laugh loud and dive deep into the stories, careers, and bold dreams of women who are redefining what's possible. Let's get into today's episode. Hi, I'm Shateria, and you are tuned into another episode of Brown Girls Can, the podcast. Y'all know I'm your host, and this particular episode, I am at Get Right Media Studios in Las Vegas, and I am joined by the amazing Mrs. Nicci Willis.
Hello, Shateria.
Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So, y'all know on the podcast, we do sip.
Oh, yes.
So, we're going to cheers to a good episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good stuff.
So, y'all know, I asked the guests what they prefer, and you said...
I love a good cab.
Good cab.
I love a good cab, yes.
We got some Cabernet we're going to be sipping on during the podcast. And I had Miss Nicci pick a combo card. Y'all know we have combo cards, the game available, and she picked what's your guilty pleasure that you'll never apologize for?
Shopping online. I will never apologize for it. I hate physically shopping.
You do?
For anything, girl. For anything. I'm that person, like if I got to go grocery shopping, I got to sit in the car for 10 minutes and talk myself up just to get out the car and go grocery shopping. I can't stand it. I hate it.
Oh, no.
So online shopping, if I can click it, I'll get it that way.
So do you Instacart?
So because they don't know how to pick my produce, I can't Instacart.
Yeah.
But my husband is a better shopper than I am, so I'll just give him the list. And then we work it out that way. I hate it. I don't like going to the mall. Like I am that girl. So here in Vegas, we have the fashion show mall. And there is a Chase Bank that it's like a cafe. I don't know if they drop me off there and I sit there and it's like my little daycare.
That is so interesting. Because how did you pick out your pageant gowns and stuff?
So funny enough, my winning pageant gown was a hand-me-down from another queen. So I didn't have to go shopping for that either.
Well, it worked out.
Yes. The Lord knows. He knows my heart. He knows my heart.
That worked out. Oh my gosh, that's
Didn't
hilarious.
have to go shopping for it. Yes.
So tell the people who you are, what you do. I'm so appreciative and grateful that you said yes to being on the podcast. So thank you.
Oh, the honor is mine. I love it. I am, so pageant-wise, I am the current Mrs. United World 2026. I also am the reigning Mrs. Nevada United World 2025. And so next month, I will be handing off that title to the next Mrs. But this reign, I will have until September. So, so I am also in real estate. I also do coaching and consulting for small businesses. I've been doing that for almost 10 years. Wow. And I help with their pitches. And honestly, I'm a part of an organization that helps them from ideation phase all the way to launch. Wow. And that's the Mortar organization. They're based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, which is originally where I'm from.
Okay.
And that I would call my life's work.
Yeah.
I love small business. I really do. And I think it's truly the backbone of America. So I tell everybody that, is an entrepreneur, go for it. It's hard work, but it's meaningful work.
Yeah.
And my husband and I, we've been married for 17 and a half years.
Congratulations.
We have 3 kids. Well, 2 of them are adults. Let's see, 23. My daughter, she's graduating from UNLV in a couple months.
Yes.
She'll be 22. And then my son just turned 15, my youngest.
Okay.
Just turned 15. And then another thing I enjoy to do is lead worship at my church.
Yeah.
So I stay busy that way and love serving people, love getting to know people and all that stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, so I've got to get into the pageant.
Okay.
How did you start that?
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed pageantry. You know, I grew up watching Miss USA and Miss America and all that stuff, and thought I was going to get into pageantry, and I actually ended up having my daughter at 19. So I knew I had to put that on hold for a while, but it was always a dream of mine. And I like being intentional with the things that I do. So not only was this a dream of mine, I knew that as a consultant and as a coach for personal branding and image and even marketing, that this journey would be something that could add to my experience. And so at the age of 39, I actually got into pageantry.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where I was just in prayer. I think I was also like doing my hair, and the Lord was like, okay, it's time. Now's the time. Wow. And I competed in my first pageant. I always like to say, child, lost in tremendous fashion. Lost that one.
I'm sure it was not
tremendous. It was tremendous to me. But learned a lot. Yeah. Learned a lot about myself.
That's the important part.
And I was not sure if I was going to do it again. I honestly was like, nope. And this was funny. The woman that I actually lost to became a very good friend of mine. And she was the one that encouraged me to compete again. So you never know what your journey's going to look like. You never know who God is going to put in your path. But she encouraged me to run again. And almost this time to the day last year was when I won Mrs. Nevada United World. Went on 3 months later to then win the international title of Mrs. United World. So.
And so international, how many women is that in the pageant?
So first, there are different pageant systems. I didn't know how many pageant systems there were.
How many are
there?
So,
hundreds. I mean, honestly, thousands.
Yeah.
Because, it's by state. So some of them are state pageants. Then there are your national pageants. Then there are international pageants. So most people only know Miss America and Miss USA.
Yeah.
Some people even get those confused. But then there are, ones for little girls, as young as 6 months. All the way through, the Mrs. and the Ms. So with our organization, the United World Pageants, we take girls from as young as 12 up to 99 if you want.
Wow.
And in this particular system, for the Mrs., just for the Mrs. division, there were, I want to say 10. So you had to be top 5. And the top 5 moved on to do the on-stage question and things like that.
Got it.
But from all over the world. So represented was Canada, North America. I was representing my state of Nevada. But obviously also the United States. But you had Texas. So women from all over. I mean, our Ms., she's in Germany right now. She lives in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was Ms. Canada, but she's in Germany. So women from all over, and there's the Bahamas as well. They compete as well. So it's really cool because you get to meet women from all over.
I see.
Yeah.
What would be something that would be surprising about the pageant world or that field that I would say that we're not as catty as people think, you know, and we're not as shallow as people think. These women are bright. You've got doctors, you've got lawyers, real estate agents, consultants, women who are entrepreneurs, who are multi-millionaires in their own right, that they have, started these businesses and they have multiple streams of income. So they are bright and brilliant. And when you think about pageantry, you think, it's just a beauty pageant or whatever. But what people don't understand is interviews win pageants.
Right. And so we don't, some pageants have talent and things like that. And this particular system doesn't. And so when people say, what's your talent? I said, interviews.
Come on.
Interviews.
Clock
pageants. Yeah.
I love it. And so, okay, so you competed for which one first?
So I competed for the state title first. And the state title is the preliminary to the international competition. So everybody right now, all the different states and things like that, they're competing now for the international title, which is that competition is the first week of September.
Ooh, I want to come.
Oh, it's fun.
I want to come.
Austin, Texas. That's where I'll be. Yeah.
What is something that you have learned? What's been the most beneficial thing you've learned from being in pageants?
Ooh. You know, I've learned so much about myself and about how resilient I can be. I realized the first time that I competed that I didn't know myself as well as I thought I did.
Wow.
And I realized that in as I was training and practicing and rehearsing for my interviews, because what they really want to know is who you are.
Yeah.
And I was finding myself assimilating to kind of what I thought that they wanted instead of just being confident in who I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly been the most beneficial thing about being in pageantry is understanding who I am, not being afraid to share that. And if I'm not rocking with your platform and what you represent, if I'm not rocking with that, then I don't need to be a part of that system. And I think the first time that I competed, I was blessed by the experience, and I'm happy that I lost because God shut that door. Because I lost so much of who I was trying to assimilate and be a part of something that I didn't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Until I found this particular system that lined up with my values with what I believed in.
Yeah.
So then for me, it was like, okay, now I can truly express who I am and share who I am because it's in alignment and I know who I am.
I love it.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in pageants, how do you find a coach? How do you get into it?
Okay, so you want to do your research, obviously. Every pageant is different. Like I said, some do swimsuit, some don't. Some do fitness, some don't. Some do talent. Every pageant you're gonna have an interview, so you need to be prepared for that. I say if it's important to you, go ahead and invest in it, because it's not just about the dresses and the glam, even though that's fun.
Yeah.
You want a coach that'll help you walk. You want a coach that will help you answer in very concise and clear ways about who you are. So I say yes, invest in a coach and all that stuff, but just do your homework. For United World Pageants, all you gotta do is look up unitedworldpageants.com and check them out. And if you're 12 and over, we would love to have you. And the thing that I like about United World Pageants, our motto is United We Stand.
I love it.
So every woman is welcome.
So up to 99?
Girl, yeah.
What's the oldest that you have seen?
That I've seen? Let's see. There were women in their 50s.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, there are women in their late 50s that I was competing against. There are, and again, there are women that are young ladies that are 12, just turning 12. So,
oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears because Miss Nicci does all the things. So talk to me a little bit about how you got into real estate.
Oh, okay. So real estate was one of the things that I was married into.
Okay.
So my husband is in real estate and his whole family is in real estate. So for us, it was kind of only a matter of time as far as us becoming one, understanding what his strengths and weaknesses were, understanding what my strengths and weaknesses were. I originally had my own company that I had started because I came out of corporate America pretty early on in our marriage. And I started a company called Party Sitters, which was an on-site event childcare company. I I grew that company to 6 figures, and then I sold off those contracts December of 2019. Thank God, because COVID came right after that.
I was about to say, you got out in the nick of time.
Listen to the Lord, y'all. Listen to the Lord.
That's so good.
But what we had decided when we moved here was that we were going to go into real estate together. I was kind of serving as his like part-time transaction coordinator, and it worked for a while. But I like to talk. Can you tell? I like to talk to people. And so I went ahead and got my sales license, and I've been, selling real estate ever since. Now he's if I'm super talkative, he's the opposite.
Okay.
He's very quiet, very linear thinking. He's gonna measure 1,000 times. Me, before he cuts. Me, I'm gonna cut and then I'm gonna measure again. Maybe duct tape a few pieces together, that type of thing. So opposites attract.
Yes.
And that is kind of how we run, business as well. So I handle a lot of the first-time home buyers and things like that. And that's why I wrote the book, Before You Buy, Read This.
Yes.
Because, I found myself answering a lot of the same questions. And I love my clients. So I was like, listen, I'm going to write a book, a whole guide that will help you in this journey. So whether you work with me or not, you can take that book and you can feel confident throughout that entire journey that I got you. Because we need more, we need more people owning. We don't have enough ownership. And that's where you build wealth. And we're already behind as a people. But ownership is where you build wealth. So
within the Las Vegas area, kind of, what would be some of the tips you would give somebody who is looking to buy?
Okay. So I never want to pressure anybody into buying. I say, if you can buy and if you can afford it, go ahead and buy. Simply because the interest rate for renters is always gonna fluctuate. Yeah. It's always going to your payment is always gonna mirror what the interest rate is doing. And so what renters saw along the way was this humongous spike in what they had been paying before and what they're paying now. Well, imagine if it was something that you owned, right? And it was a fixed rate. And no matter what was going on with the rate, your fixed rate does not change. It does not move. Yeah. And I tell people, you're always paying a mortgage. Always. But when you're renting, you're just paying somebody else's mortgage. Yeah. That's it. And so if you're in Las Vegas and you can buy, you can afford it, go ahead and find out. A lot of people too, they just don't know that they can actually afford to buy. Yeah. And I say, meet with a loan officer. Let them, people get funny around money, right? But you have to just know what your financial story is before you can do anything. Yeah. So find out what that is. And if ownership is something that you desire, it's better to find out what the story is now, even if it's not that great, because now you know what you have to kind of work towards. Yeah. And that's not just with Las Vegas, that's all over. So yeah, I just say, if you can afford to buy, go ahead and buy, because then you can be on the right side of the interest rate.
Okay, so you said earlier that you love small business and you think that is the heartbeat of America. Yeah. Why?
Well, I always have lofty goals. And so my newest lofty goal is to put big box stores out of business. Yes,
that's my lofty goal.
Girl, my little 5'1" self said, I woke up one day and said, you know what? That is the problem, because if think about it, if you go into a small town, right, and there's no big box store there yet, right? You've got a baker, you've got a deli, you've got a butcher, you've got different restaurants, you've got somebody that works on cars, you got all these small businesses, right? Well, you put a big box store in there where it's a one-stop shop for everything. And now guess what? You don't need a baker anymore. You don't need a deli anymore. Yeah. You don't need a butcher anymore. You don't need the seamstress, because there's all this clothing that's available to you. You don't need. So a lot of these people go out of business because of these big box stores, and then they price them out.
Yeah.
And so I want small businesses to come back, because look at all of the jobs that we lose when you get these big box stores. And now, girl, find a cashier.
Right.
We are scanning our own groceries. This is why I shop online. No. But AI.
Yeah.
People need to understand. People need to understand AI is not bad. You just need to know how to use it.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's why, to me, small business is so important, because it ensures that people can work.
Yeah.
That people can provide for their families. We have these big box stores. I'm still doing the research, but there are numerous amounts of small businesses that go out of business because of big box stores.
Yeah.
Within just a 5-mile radius.
Wow.
That go out of business because of these big box stores. Now imagine you have 5 and 6 and 7 of them in a city.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah. like how can people provide for their families? So and you don't have to necessarily be the owner. People need operators and managers. They need people to work for these smaller businesses. And so it turns itself into its own ecosystem. And I think what we have done for convenience sake is we have allowed these big box stores to come in and kill what we know is what is truly the backbone of America and just society as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Miss Nicci is a consultant. She's a coach.
Yeah.
And she is doing something called Pitch Perfect Live.
I am.
So tell us about Pitch Perfect Live.
Girl, it's so fun. Okay. So I woke up again another day.
Another lofty goal.
Another lofty goal. And when you watch Shark Tank, I'm sure we've all watched Shark Tank. And you see that one pitch where you can tell it's an incredible idea, but the person that's pitching can't make the connection.
Yeah.
And my heart sinks every time I see it. You can just tell they're flustered in their words.
Yeah.
Their messaging isn't landing. And so the audience and the investors are like, nope, not a good idea. Well, it actually is a good idea, but your words aren't landing correctly. And I think now, again, with the age of AI, where more and more people are hiding behind screens and, AI video and all of that stuff, the biggest skill set that we can work on and increase is communication. If you don't lock in your communication, you're going to be left behind. That one-on-one communication and connection, you're going to be left behind. Yes, AI is a very, very important tool to use, but communication is falling by the wayside.
When do you think that started?
Yeah. Ooh. It started when we all started getting, computers.
Yeah.
And, you can text a whole conversation and not ever talk to someone.
That's true.
And, it's true that people have raised funds without ever having to talk to anyone. Well, now that we are seeing that this next generation, Gen Alpha, they don't care so much about screens and about social media and things like that. They're actually going outside and touching grass. So when the pendulum has swung all the way to this side, now it's starting to return to this side. And those of us who have not developed how to communicate, how to properly communicate, and how to understand human connection and human communication, we're going to be left by the wayside. So what I do on Pitch Perfect Live is I bring people on and they pitch whatever their idea is or whatever their business is, and I help them to just tweak it a little bit. How do you say it a little bit better so that it lands a little bit better? How do you say it so that they what I say is paint a picture with your words.
Yes.
Right? So that it can truly connect, and then you can come in and land the plane. A lot of people they can't do that well. They might be amazing at what they do in their business and working on their business, and that's awesome. But that human connection and really understanding how to paint the scene with your words.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And so how can people connect with you to get a consultation or coaching? How do they do that?
Okay, so what happens is every Tuesday, and I just said my goal is to help 50 entrepreneurs to improve the way that they pitch. So every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you get 30 minutes with me and you pitch me, and then I critique everything, and then we role play, and then I help you say it back, right? And so all you have to do is go to my website, NicciWillis.com, and that's NICCIWILLIS. As soon as you get there, there is the Pitch Perfect Live button, and it takes you straight to that page. You fill out the form. It's a really easy, quick form. And you just might be the person that's next. Like, it's super easy, and it's free.
So do they do it on TikTok, Facebook?
We're on YouTube. YouTube Live.
I love
yes,
that.
And people join in, girl. It's a blast. And I like to say that we're creating a safe space because we're not here to bash you or anything like that. I mean, you're getting in front of hundreds, maybe even thousands at one point, to pitch. Now, what's really cool about it is I have had people on now that are getting clients from their pitches.
I love
Either
it.
from being live with me,
Yes.
or even after the fact. I'm getting emails that saying, "Oh my gosh, I used what you told me to do, and now it's working." And people are calling me back and all that stuff. So I love that. I love it. I love it. So Pitch Perfect Live every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So even if you're on the East Coast, it might be a little late for you, but I'm helping as many people as I can. I said 50, but it honestly is as many people as I can. And then I do, and for me, it's a give back. Yeah. Because I just want to help people. But I do, I am developing Command the Room and Command the Stage. Command the Room is a whole leadership workshop that really comes from, I don't want to get too much into it, but people who are tired of not commanding the room, right? Maybe you are a leader, or maybe you are a manager, and you don't do well in those meetings, right? And you've got high turnover and things like that. It's because you're not communicating properly. Sorry.
Y'all heard it.
It is. It is. It just is. Or maybe you want that raise. Yeah. Or maybe you just you like to teach Sunday school and you want to be a better Sunday school teacher. Yeah. But you don't know how to connect well with people and then communicate and making sure that what you say is sticking. Yeah. That's Command the Room. So it's a whole workshop that breaks down the communication in that, and I'm really excited about that too.
It's all good things. All the things. So we got pageantry, real estate, coaching. How do you balance all of this? Even you got husband, mom. Like, how do you do all the things you do?
So, it's a juggling act. You just juggle, and I realize I'm not going to be perfect everywhere. Yeah. And I decided a while ago that with whatever I was doing, that I would be present in what I was doing. It wasn't always like that. Meaning I was constantly multitasking. So if I was supposed to be spending time with my kids, well, I could also take a phone call, send a couple emails and all the things. No, I'm supposed to be spending time with my kids at this time. Right. And so I learned, and it took me a while to learn this, just to be present and in the moment with what I am doing. If it is time to work now, Well, then, yeah, I'm not being mom. I'm not being wife right now. It is time for me to work and send emails and make those phone calls. After that, then, yeah, now I can be wife and mom and cook and all that stuff. And so it's about being present in what I am doing at that moment and being okay with that.
So how do you make time for you?
You know, there are a few things that I love. One, I just picked this up, crocheting. Girl, I love it. Oh, I love it. Didn't know I loved it, but I do. And so I do that. I love audiobooks. So I love, specifically, I love historical fiction. Wow. So think like Bridgerton type stuff. I love that. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And then I am a plant mom. I've heard that it's a millennial thing. But yes,
How many plants do you have?
I have now 16. Oh, yes. I went to my friend's house. I cut a couple propagations off of her plant, and now I have 16. I had 15, now I got 16.
Oh my God! Do you name them?
Yes.
Really?
I do. Yeah. Maybe that's my guilty pleasure. Well, I have a spider plant. I have two versions of it. One has a curlier pattern, so I call her 3C. Right?
That makes sense.
The other one has a more looser curl pattern, and so her name is 2B. Makes sense, does it not? Okay.
Come on, culture. Come on, culture.
My money tree, I call him Big Money, of course, right? Yes. And then I have all the other, everybody else. And I talk to my plants.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that is how you make them grow.
That is how you make them grow. They are flourishing in the desert. You talk to them.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's how I make time for me.
What is next for Mrs. Nicci Willis?
Oh, child, stay tuned.
Hey.
I am really excited about Pitch Perfect Live. Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but I'm excited about it. Yeah. So I want people to tune in. If you are a leader, an entrepreneur, even if you're working on your brand and you want to clean it up and tighten it up, come on the show. Yeah. Just child, come on the show. So I'm really excited about that, and then developing my workshops. Yes. Developing my workshops around.
Are you going to be traveling with it?
I plan to.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I definitely got to get you to come to Tennessee.
Oh, girl, I'll be there.
I got to get you to come because I have a bunch of women who we do like grant workshops where they dedicate time to apply for grants. Okay. And one of the particular workshop nights, we had a pitch night, and you'd be surprised how many women have amazing products, services, like you said, but just don't know how to really articulate and get that story painted to whoever they're talking to. Yeah. So definitely got to get you to come through.
I would love to.
Definitely.
Love to, because there's the technique to it. You got to know who your hero is. Yeah. And you got to speak to their pain points. And how do you craft that, right? To where they easily say, you know what? Oh, that is me. I need what you have. Yeah. Or, because it could be one of two things. They either say, yes, that's me, or they say, you know what? That's not me. But there are 2 to 3 people that I care about, that I know that I want to introduce you to. That's what your pitch should always do.
The networking part of it. I love that.
Yeah.
Huh. I never thought about it like that.
Always do one of two things. If they don't need it, they should know. They should be able to identify 2 to 3 people that could use it.
Okay, y'all, get into it. Y'all better be following Mrs. Nicci, honey.
Yes.
All right, so last question I always ask every guest. Finish this statement. I am proof that brown girls can.
I am proof that brown girls can flourish.
Expound upon that.
Well, I've had a lot of challenges throughout life, and I've heard a lot of no's. And one of the greatest things about hearing no's is the closer you get to your yeses.
Yeah.
And once you get to your yes, you can flourish in that. And then if you like me, you go after some more no's. And then you flourish again.
Yeah.
So I'm proof that brown girls can flourish.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for joining me, for saying yes, for obliging my request.
Yes, of course.
If you are looking for a coach, a consultant coach, pitch coach, real estate agent, do you coach in pageantry?
I do not. I know
So
I decided I'm not doing that. There are some incredible women though that I refer to. Mm-hmm.
All right. So y'all connect. Tell the people how they can follow you, find you, all the things. And then we'll close.
So I'm on Instagram the most. So you can find me at Nicci Willis, NICCI WILLIS on Instagram. That's the easiest way to get in touch with me. Or you can get on my website, NicciWillis.com.
Thank you, Miss Nicci.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. This has been another great episode of Brown Girls Can, the podcast. And until the next one, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks for vibing with us on Brown Girls Can, the podcast. If you felt this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your girl gang. You can catch us on social media on Instagram at Brown Girls Can, the podcast, and on Facebook at Brown Girls Can. And remember, you are already everything you are becoming. So until next time, keep showing up, glowing up, and choosing you. Always remember that you can do anything.